Hi guys, I'm Jen. Today's quote comes from Winifred Kirkland, and it says, "The argument for the risen Christ is the living Christian." So the real question for us today is, are you Jesus? A few years ago, a group of salesmen went to this regional sales convention in Chicago. They had assured their wives that they would be home in plenty of time for Friday night's dinner. Well, such as things go, one thing led to another, and they were running a bit behind. The sales manager went longer than anticipated, and the meeting ran overtime. Their flights were scheduled to leave out of the Chicago O'Hare Airport, and they had to race there. Tickets in hand, they barged through the terminal to get to their flight in time. And in their rush with their tickets and their briefcases, one of them stumbles right into this display table that had baskets full of apples. Apples fly everywhere. Without stopping or looking back, they managed to make it to the terminal on time. All of them but one. He paused, took a deep breath, got in touch with his feelings, and experienced compassion for that girl whose apple stand had been overturned. He told his buddies to go on ahead of him. He called his wife and let her know that he missed the plane and he's going to be on the next flight home. And he returned to the terminal where all of those apples were all over the floor. And he was glad he did. The 16-year-old girl was totally blind. She was softly crying, tears are running down her face, and at the same time was helplessly groping for her spilled produce, and everyone else in the terminal was just walking by and not helping at all. Well, this salesman knelt down on the floor with her, gathered up the apples, put them back in the baskets, and he helped set up the display again. As he did this, he noticed that many of them had become battered and bruised, so those he set aside in another basket. When he'd finished, he pulled out his wallet and he said to the girl, "Here, please take this $20 for the damage that we did. Are you okay?" And she nodded through her tears, and he continued with, "I hope we didn't spoil your day too badly." As he turned to walk away, she says, "Mister?" And he paused and he turned to look back in those blind eyes. She said, "Are you Jesus?" He stopped mid-stride and he wondered. Then he slowly made his way to catch that later flight, still pondering that question. Are you Jesus? That question should burn and bounce in our soul. What a question for anybody who touches others. Are you Jesus? Colossians 1:27 says, "To them God has chosen to make known among the Gentiles the glorious riches of this mystery, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory." Is Christ living so deep in us today that we look like him when we help others? Are we Jesus? Let's strive to be, and have a good weekend. God bless.